What's up, YouTube? It's me, Larry the Batman fan. This is a drama video here, just throwing that out there for you. We're gonna be roasting Jay Margera again, aka Jay DeLucia, or whatever the hell that last name was called. And now he's going by the name Jay Cena. Right here, you can see that right there. This is his YouTube channel. He got 70 subscribers. Well, I settled the beef with John Weston. I'm not having any issues with this guy anymore. He's a lot better than people like this clown who runs his fucking mouth every fucking day of the week. Who won't shut up. And Cyber Metal Punk and the Umbrella Robson 97. Y'all suck the most. Y'all, out of everyone that we've had to deal with, you three are the most annoying out of us all. Or out of anybody, out of any YouTuber, y'all three go up there as the worst cyberboys, worst YouTubers of all time. So does Outer Heaven, and so does Black Sheep of the World. Or Black Shit of the World, that fucking clown. Fuck these motherfuckers. So anyways, I'm here with a collab video, and for my part here, we're going to be responding to this coward, this fool. Because he obviously lies in this video about John Weston and me talking all this shit. So we're going to go ahead and respond to this clown. If I hear any bullshit, I'm going to respond to it. And John Weston is also a part of this collab as well. So thank you to John Weston for that. Glad we settled the beef and now we can actually get along. So here we go. Gotta say, nice intro, by the way. I'll give him props for that. That is a nice tiger with, like, flames and stuff coming out of it. Pretty cool.
Alright.
So here it is.
I wanted to make a video on reasons why I decided to cut ties with John Weston. Okay? Because I do feel like I owe him an explanation to why I blocked him. For one, dude, you like to threaten people for no fucking reason. You just go off and threaten people. Two, you're a crazy motherfucker. Three, you're a psychopath. Four, everything that you say,
I don't believe that he's a psychopath at all. I don't believe that at all. I never felt that way about John Weston at all. I think you're making an overstatement there, Jay Margera, and you need to stop. Now, has John Weston always been nice with people or with me in general? No. I'll admit that he did technically threaten my family, which made me mad. I didn't like that either. So I'll admit that he has some faults of his own, but it's not as bad as you.
it just sounds like bullshit coming out of your mouth. No offense, dude.
And what you say isn't bullshit coming out of your mouth? Get the fuck out of here with that. You're bullshit. You're the fucking bullshit man. In fact, you should wear what the AVGN wears when he's in character. The you know what's bullshit videos that he does. Wear a bullshit mask on your face. You know? Or wear a paper bag that says I am retarded on it and walk around like that for 24 hours. That's what it should say, Jay Margera.
I just think you're full of shit. And five,
You're full of shit, not us.
you're defending predators. You're supporting them. You know how I know?
Where's your proof of that? Where's your proof? You don't have any proof of that. So shut up.
For one, you talk about Brian Absher. You're trying to rehabilitate the guy.
Which is more than you could say, because he's actually trying to help that guy and make him a better person. It's not making him a big nut job. I know that Brian Absher's crazy. I agree with you on that. So I'll give you credit on that too. Brian Absher is not a good person. I agree. He's mentally ill. I mean, who threatens to shoot people in the face with pistols and shotguns? I mean, you'd have to be seriously fucked up in the head to do that. You know, but at least John Weston's trying to talk some sense into Brian Absher and help him become a better person. What are you doing except for criticizing John Weston and Brian Absher and me too? So I don't want to hear that. That's a lame excuse.
Which I find that hard to believe.
course, it takes time to improve anybody's lifestyle. It just doesn't happen overnight. That's something you need to understand. It takes a while. It could take a few months, maybe even a year before he actually changes them. You never know. Ultimately, I believe that God is the one that can really change people, not human beings personally, but that's my personal opinion on that. But it's nice still that John Weston, as a human being, is still trying to help people out. That's more than what we can say for your sorry ass.
Um, again, you lie all the time, dude, and then you try to slander Umbrella Rock.
And you flip flop all the time. And you wonder why nobody likes you or trusts you. And you cyberbully people as well. And that's why people don't respect you. Most people don't respect you, except for maybe some of the cyberbullies. You know, as they say, you're one with the crowd, or you're one with those people, which means that you fit in that cycle. There's two or three different kinds of cycles. One cycle, the cyberbully cycle. Fuck them. Fuck the cyberbullies. And then there's the cycle that's neutral. It doesn't like to go against anybody. You know, it doesn't want to be for the cyberbullies, doesn't want to be for the peacemakers, but stays neutral, stays in the middle of that circle. And then there's the peacemakers like me and John Weston that are in the left side of the circle to actually care enough to help people out and do good things for people. But they have these idiotic cyberbullies like this clown who will say that we don't help people out and we do this bullshit like rape people and commit arson and kill people and things like that and threaten people with guns and stuff. Didn't you do that to me once before? My family threatened my family? So you're a hypocrite, if you ask me.
Lobster's name, which then was one of the reasons why we had to cut ties with Umbrella Lobster 97. Dude, it's like you live in the UK or Scotland, just worry about your own issues. I understand you have cancer, so it's like.
And what is having cancer any of your business? If John Weston wants to share that information, then that's his choosing, which obviously he did. But anyways, why is that your concern and why is that your business?
You should focus
This is John
on,
Weston, by the way.
If I was in your shoes, I would go and get chemotherapy. Okay? I would say fuck these Americans if I was in your shoes. I'm done with them. You know what I mean? But you're over here on the internet harassing us Americans on the other side of the world, dude. Like, come on, man. Just leave us alone, man. We don't want to even bother you, dude. Like, we're.
So one man who's from a different part of the world is a hindrance to you just because he's trying to help people? I don't look at that as a bad thing. I look at that as a good thing.
Done with you, man. Come on, man. Like, dude, he gave you multiple
We're done with you.
chances.
How about that?
I gave you multiple chances, but you were like, I'm gonna get the black vans all over your guys' houses. Like, you didn't just threaten me, but you also threatened Funny Guy, you threatened Umbrella Robster 97, you threatened J-Dog, you threatened Outer Heaven, you threatened Captain Blood. Well, Captain Bloodhound.
A lot of those people suck. A lot of those people are cyberbullies. The Umbrella Roster 97 is the worst YouTuber of all time, guys. I never trusted that guy. That guy was such a big thorn in my side. The very, very worst YouTuber of all time is the Umbrella Robster 97. I don't recommend any of my followers support him whatsoever. He can eat a dick for all I care. And I know that's not very Christian of me, but still, I don't fucking like that guy. And if I saw that guy in person, I'd want to fight him. I really would. He's a punk. He's a creep and a loser. And he lies about everything. And he suckered you and all these other clowns that subscribe to his channel. And the only ones that still subscribe to Umbrella Robster 97 are those idiots who thinks that he's a good guy and what he's saying is true when he's really not. He's a liar. He's a complete jackass. A liar, narcissistic, cyberbully on YouTube. Nobody should subscribe to him. Nobody. You know, he's one of those punks that likes to also say, "Oh well, I got more subscribers than Larry the Batman fan, so obviously more people um, respect me." See, that shows you what kind of person he is. He's comparing what subscribers he has, what followers he has to mine. It's not a competition, dude. Besides, you never know. Time could go by where I have more subscribers than you. It doesn't mean a lot to me. I mean, yes, I'm thankful for having subscribers and people actually clicking and watching my videos, but still, it's like one of those things where it's kind of like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? The same thing could be said about you. You got 70 subscribers. How about you have more like 20 subscribers? How about them apples? Huh? You'd be known as a nobody.
You threatened, cyber metal punk? Like, dude, you threatened not just me, but all.
Sarah Melpunk's a punk, okay? They go from being nice to you 1 minute, turning around and throwing a whole bunch of shit about you. He did that to me too. You know, Sarah Melpunk's not very loyal. You know, I don't know what his problem is. He's still mentioning my name to this day for whatever reason. I don't know. He's obsessed over me for some reason. Just like he's obsessed over John Weston. It's crazy. But he's a cyberbully, so I'm not surprised by that.
All my friends, dude. We don't want to associate.
Your friends are punks. Your friends are punks who like to harass people. So you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, and you're never going to change. You're never going to learn from your mistakes, J. Margera, because you're always running your fucking mouth. You're always talking shit about us, and you're always trying to harass people and lie about people. You claiming I'm a racist man. I'm not a racist man at all, you fool. I said that word, that N word, once in my video was to prove a point that Daniel Rolfe should not be using that word. It wasn't meant to be racist. You took that out of context and you twisted it around into your own narrative. So, thank you for doing that. Not.
With people like that. So how can I be friends with you for doing shit like that? I can't. And again, it's like you. This photo got me laughing. See, look how crazy you look in this fucking photo, bruh. John Weston's coming for ya. But it's like, dude, we don't want anything to do with you, man. If you're associating with people like Brian Absher and fucking Jacob Newland, like, I don't want to talk to you, man. I just don't. It's not like we don't hate you, but we do hate the kind of things that you say about us, you know? Like, oh, I'm gonna get the black mass. We hate the threats. For what? Also, you got a dishonorable discharge in the military for attacking your commanding officer, which is supposed to be confidential information, and then you claim that you're still cool with all the military buddies. For one, if I was your coworker in the military, if I was a part of your unit, and I'm be real with you, if you got a dishonorable discharge in the military, I wouldn't fuck with you anymore, dude. I just wouldn't. I would just think that you're a crazy person. You attacked your commanding officer for firing on civilians without the commanding officer giving out his orders. So,
Again, where's your proof? Where's your proof of that for John Weston? You have no proof.
so you disobeyed your own commanding officer's orders, which labeled you as a murderer, and you got court-martialed, and you went to military prison. So yeah, you're a psychopath, dude, with PTSD. You even told me.
I do believe that he's right about PTSD for John Weston, though. He does have some of that problems, but I'm sure God will help him get through those problems. It's not for you to judge or for me to judge or for anyone to judge him for the fact that he has post-traumatic stress disorder.
That you could remember the screams coming out of their ears from people that you killed. And yeah, it's like, dude, you're supposed to keep all that shit confidential. Now it's out there in the world. You're out there as a murderer. That's what you are, dude. And you associate with Ultima as well, which, from what I've heard about him, he was on Funny Guy's live stream taking a shower buck naked, and
Okay, so Ultima, aka Dark Wizard, is the name of his channel currently. He's a YouTuber that does gaming videos, and he also posts Angry Grandma stuff for those who don't know. He's also into listening to like music. He's into rock music and stuff, and I think he likes some rap as well. Well, he's a homosexual man, and I don't agree with the lifestyle, um, but I don't see Ultima as a bad guy. I've talked with him before, and overall, he's an okay guy. You know what I mean? He, it's just that he's gay, and I can respect that about him. I don't agree with the lifestyle, but I still respect him as a person. You know what I mean? Because that's what a true friend would do. As long as he's not trying to be sexual with me or be disrespectful with me or try to force his gayness on me, then I really, and disrespect Jesus, of course, I have a problem with that too. Then I have no issues with Ultima. I can be friends with Ultima. That goes for any gay person, really. Why are you judging Ultima? Why are you bringing him up? He doesn't bring you up in his videos. All he does is play Nintendo and PlayStation and upload videos to his YouTube channel about that sort of thing, and movies and bad grandma stuff. So just leave him alone and shut your fucking pie hole.
Again, in front of children, dude, teenagers, and you still want to have gay butt sex with them. That's the thing.
Oh, that too, yeah. I don't know what Ultima was thinking. If that's true, where Ultima was actually naked in the shower while talking to Funny Guy, what the hell were you thinking? Like, can you know, just be with, hanging out with the Funny Guy 9000 when you're clothed? Why do you have to talk to him while you're in the shower, dude? I mean, that I can agree with Jay Margera on. That, I think Ultima should have waited to go on camera until he was fully dressed. I understand he's a homosexual, but be decent, dude. Don't be on live streams when you're naked and you're in the shower and the hot water's running. That's just not right.
You want to fuck Ultima, so go and fuck Ultima. Go and have naked
John Weston isn't gay, from what I know. From what I know, he's bisexual. You know.
butt sex with Ultima. I don't fucking care, dude. I don't care, dude. Hillbillies and crackheads unite. Yeah, I don't care, dude. I don't know what kind of drugs you're taking, man, but that is some serious shit, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think I want some too, bro. But at the same time,
He's
like I said, I
kidding.
don't want to associate with you, man. I'm not gonna come and hang out with you.
Who cares? We don't give a shit if you want to associate with us or not. Especially me, like a straight white man, who's a Christian. I don't believe the same way Ultima does. I know Ultima's not a Christian, and John Weston is not a Christian. That aside, but who cares, man? We don't want to associate with you guys because you're punks, because you're a bunch of cyber bullies.
I'm not going out to Scotland. I know you got a swimming pool and shit, from what I've heard, but I don't know. I've never seen it on video, so maybe you should record that and put it on video. That'd be cool. Again, man, this is who you are, man. You're a crazy psychopathic lunatic freak with PTSD. And then you claimed, oh, I remember that one time we did a live stream on Larry, and you got mad
Now you got to go and bring up my freaking name.
about it, and you were like, oh, I almost died in the ER from overdosing on drugs, and then I would have blamed my death on you guys. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Why the fuck are you gonna do that? We didn't want you to die, obviously, because we still don't, wish any harm upon you. We don't wish, just because I'm making this video doesn't mean I wish any harm upon you. I'm just saying, like, dude, you're making irrational decisions. You're literally getting so butthurt over a fucking live stream. And you're telling us to grow up? What the fuck, man?
You do need to grow up. You need to stop harassing us, leave us alone, Stop cyberbullying us. Otherwise, we could call the cops and sue your asses and have you thrown in jail for defamation of character.
Oh my gosh.
And you need to leave us alone, too.
I don't even know who made this meme. I'll be honest with you. I didn't make these memes that I'm putting up. I never made them. I'm just using them against you in this pic because I just thought these are funny ass pictures. So, but
You
still,
suck.
man, it's like we don't want to fuck with you, man. We don't associate with you anymore. And this is what you believe in.
Again, we don't care. And I see that you're mocking him for his religious beliefs, too. Because you got a picture here mocking him of his religion just because I would say he's a Wiccan, or he's part of a pagan religion, you know, a Wiccan. Yeah, we'll just say that he's a Wiccan. But, you need to respect people's religious beliefs, Jay Margera. You know what I mean? Otherwise, fuck you.
Look, I mean, I remember you showed me that Viking tattoo. I thought that was kind of cool, you know? That you want to go to Valhalla when you die and all that shit. But that is some crazy ass shit, man. You a crazy motherfucker, dude. I ain't gonna lie about that.
You're crazier than us.
But it's like we don't want to associate ourselves with people that are trying to rehabilitate Brian Absher, and especially dude, that'll make us look bad. And you're gonna be the one to have to explain to the so-called BAC, which I don't know why you still haven't talked. I don't know if you still have talking to Kevin Daddy or not, because he's probably the.
Oh, don't even get me started on Kevin Daddy. That guy was a pain to deal with.
Supporter, and so is ZTV. Like, there's gonna be a lot of people
Excuse me.
slandering you over this shit. There's gonna be multiple.
There'll be people slandering you as well. So, what you dish out to someone, it's going to come back to you 100-fold, and you won't be able to take it.
People slandering you over this shit, and you defended Larry for saying the fucking N-word. And again, even Brian Absher.
Again, you stupid fuck. There was meaning behind me saying that word. It wasn't meaning to be racist. I'm cool with black people. I'm cool with Baki06 Slime. She's a friend of mine. I respect her. Gino Morgan TV's black, and I respect him. You know what I mean? There's black people out there that I appreciate. I've had many black friends in the past. I don't care what race they are, as long as they're not disrespectful towards me. The point was not to be racist. When I said it was meant to be saying that Daniel Ross shouldn't be saying this thing. Yes, I could have phrased it differently, which I should have done so, and I apologize to my viewers for saying it. I didn't mean to offend anybody. But Daniel Rolfe said some pretty racist things, so I was trying to make a point here that you don't say those words. You know what I mean? And John Weston's defending me because he realized what the real meaning was behind it. It wasn't meant to be racist at all. So get your head out of your ass and shut up and, yeah, go play fucking Call of Duty or something. You know what I mean? Or fucking Minecraft or whatever you play. And shut your fucking mouth, you know? Because you don't know what you're talking about. You're twisting around the narrative again.
Said the fucking N-word. With the hard ER. I think I forgot to mention that when we were talking, but he did. And you downplay it. He's just speaking his mind. Who gives a fuck, dude? You forgave Larry for what he did. And he apologized to you. But the whole plan was for him to forgive all of us. It was all or nothing. And he didn't forgive me.
I didn't want to forgive everyone because I didn't trust some of them. You know, so that was my decision. If I had known that they all wanted me to be cool with every single one that was part of the Umbrella Sphere community, I would have never agreed to it. But then when I found out that that's what they wanted, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not in for that at all. I didn't agree to that. So I misunderstood what they wanted me to agree to. And if I had known, I wouldn't have agreed to it. Because Jay Margera, I I can never be cool with this guy. I can't be cool with the Umbrella Robson 97 either.
Because my skin color is brown.
Again, I don't care what race you are. I respect people of all different religions, creed, and ethnicities and race. But I noticed something about you that you don't respect. You don't respect people that are believers in Jesus Christ. You mock people that are faith based and study the Bible and talk about Jesus on YouTube.com. So if anyone is discriminatory, you're the one that's discriminatory. You discriminate against people for their religion, and that's pretty messed up, I'd have to say, Jay Margera.
That's why. Larry does not forgive me because he's a racist.
No, I'm not.
He said the N-word with the hard ER still. And I happen to be part black myself. I have Egyptian blood in me. Not just, Pacific Islander blood and shit.
I think if I said this a million times, he still wouldn't fucking get it. I had to beat him upside the head with a baseball bat for him to understand it. That it wasn't being racist.
I have Egyptian blood. And that's in Africa. And again, bro, I just don't want to talk to you anymore, dude.
Again, I don't give a shit what race you are.
I'm done, okay? You go your way, I go my way, we all go our ways. And you better, I'm curious if you're honest or not about your cancer. Because a lot of the shit that you said, dude, it just sounds like bullshit, dude. I'm just gonna be...
And a lot of what you said in this video was bullshit. A lot of what you were talking about was not true either, you know?
with you. Like, I'm just gonna be 100 with you, dude. And you were on...
I'm being 100% with you too.
some other person's live
And
stream.
so is John.
I forgot what the hell his name is. Wano Productions or whatever. Today, this morning, slandering all our names.
I think he's talking about Wanzo Pictures. I think that's who he's referring to.
All our names. So, I'm just gonna let you know, dude, I'm done. I'm done. So I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to persuade other people that we're the bad people. No, dude, you're the bad person. You're the murderer. You're the one that's actually killed people against your officer's orders. You defied your orders. You were court-martialed, motherfucker.
I honestly think that you're the bad person because you lie about people, you cyberbully people, you talk a lot of shit, but you can never back up your words. Even in this video, he's said that several times about, about making up these stories about him having a pool or him killing people and murdering people. If he was in the military, he had every right to kill someone to be able to defend himself. It was him or them. In the military, they don't really think much about that. It's all about trying to save the human race from evil people, from terrorists and murderers and criminals. And that's why we have a military for that reason. So I don't know what you're talking about. You're contradicting yourself. You're ridiculous. But anyways, this is my part of the collab. I got to say, yeah, the hell with Jay Cena, or Jay Margera as we know him as. Not Jay Cena. He's ripping off John Cena. That's why he took the name. Why not put a John in his name and just call him John Cena, the reject version. This guy's a clown. He sucks. We don't like him. We don't care what he has to say. He's making up lies about us. He's calling us racist. He's saying things that is wrong. He's twisting around people's narratives. So he's a low-life bum. He's a degenerate. He's a creep and a loser and a cyberbully on YouTube. And he can kiss my ass for all I care. And he likes threatening his people's families too, and doxing people's addresses as well, which is not cool either. He should not be doing that sort of thing. But yeah, he wants to sit there making videos about us and running his mouth about us, saying whatever BS comes to mind in his head, and thinks that it's okay. Well, you know what? We're not just going to sit there and take your crap. We're going to fight back with a video here. So this is my part of the collab here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a very positive video, but sometimes there can't always be positive videos that I put out. Now you're going to see John Weston's part of this collab, and I'm sure he's got a lot of interesting things to say for these three punks out on YouTube here. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.